Good morning and welcome to our presentation on the ACHE and the road to success through technology, diversity, and expansion. First, I'd like to introduce our team. The team of Barbara Carroll, Howard Church, Larry McCoy, and Thomas McKeel has circumnavigated the globe to find the answers that you seek. Professional associations have always had to adapt in order to stay relevant and to meet the changing needs of the members they serve. The challenges faced by continuing education professionals over the last century have been well documented around the world by authors like Barry Brennan, Peter Klein, and Larry Olds. But throughout the cycle of growth and decline, it is the commitment of the membership to serve and support each other that enables the organization to continue. The problem as presented to us is that ACHE has experienced declining membership over the last 2 decades. There are several possible reasons for this, but the recent economic downturn appears to have a significant impact on the ability of individuals to participate and the ability of institutions to provide support. In the course of our research, we discern the following issues. Although ACHE does have competitors, it appears that it has not implemented any significant change since its inception and has not taken full advantage of the current technologies to enhance its position. ACHE's membership is nearly homogeneous ethnically in spite of the fact that the association operates in regions that are ethnically diverse. ACHE does not have an effective marketing strategy. Marketing appears to be unfunded, relying almost solely on the word of mouth. ACHE's members expect value from the membership and they expect their contributions to be valued. Membership should mean something to the individual, and the individual should mean something to the organization. After reviewing these issues, our team has found 5 areas of concern that we would like to address. These are goals, technology, diversity, rewards, and expansion. We realize that change can be difficult, but we feel that a phased approach addressing each of these concerns in turn will not only help the association to increase its membership, but to also continue as a vital force in the professional community. Phase 1 of our approach is establishing goals. According to Brian Tracy, goals allows you to control the direction of change in your favor. The most fundamental threat to ACHE is the absence of a specific direction, vision as to what the organization can and should become. In order for an organization to be both successful and relevant in today's world, they must be able to compete. Competition is a race run with a set of goals in mind, outmaneuvering rivals while delivering goods and services the consumer wants. It is finding a niche and serving that constituency better than any other organization. Currently, ACHE is running a race without an objective in mind. Without goals, there cannot be measurable success. ACHE needs to define that objective. Another benefit of the overarching plan or goal is the ability for all members to put forth a concerted effort into goal achievement. ACHE is populated by members that are all professionals volunteering their time and expertise. It is imperative then to ensure the longevity of the organization through expressly stated and measurable goals, channeling all effort towards the achievement of the objectives. Phase 2 of our approach is using technology. According to Stuart Brand, once a new technology rolls over you, if you're not part of the steamroller, you're part of the road. The use of technology is no longer the exception but the rule within successful organizations. Nowhere can this be seen more within continuing education than within the exploding growth of distance learning. More people are turning to the internet for education, employment, entertainment, networking, and social relationships than ever before. Technology is changing not only what is learned, but how it is learned. In order for ACHE to maintain relevancy in the information age, it must embrace new means of communication and invest in innovative ways to reach members of the future. For example, in 2009, approximately 80% of elementary students utilized computers in the classroom, whereas that number increased to 91% for grades 1 through 5. 1/5 of all 3rd graders own a cell phone, whereas 83% of middle school age children own one. Of those, 91% in the middle school report access to the internet and text messaging. Over 769,000 adult students are pursuing their entire post-secondary degree currently through distance education, and 4.3 million undergraduate students took at least one distance education course. The numbers reflect the generational experience of future educators in the U.S. In order to maintain relevancy, organizations must successfully develop and utilize technologies to reach their increasingly savvy customer base. How can ACHE make technology work for them? We suggest expanding network opportunities through social media, expand popular webinars, stream successful conference seminars, augment marketing through digital word of mouth, and increase use of video teleconferencing for meetings. Phase 3 of our approach is targeting diversity. According to Vince Lombardi, individual commitment to a group effort, that is, what it makes a team work, a company work, a society work, and a civilization work. To successfully compete in today's global society, corporations must ensure that they are embracing and instituting diversity as part of the corporate culture. The challenge for a corporation is to redefine itself because it is systematically being redefined by the economy. Corporate diversity allows and encourages innovation and assists the corporation to understand where opportunities lie and allows planning for the future. It is very evident that there is a lack of cultural diversity when it comes to race. Approximately 90% of AEHC members are white. This is a very interesting statistic due to the fact that almost one-third of the total enrollment is based in the South, where traditionally more of the African American, American Indian, and Latino colleges are located. It is the recommendation of our group to integrate and focus recruitment on these institutions. This most likely should be done at the regional level, with regional management looking into groups to make contact with that are associated with these institutions. For example, the American Indian Higher Education Consortium is the voice for 37 tribal colleges and universities across the Great Lakes, Northern Plains, and Alaska. So instead of painstakingly trying to recruit at each institution, the regional offices should reach forward through organizations such as the consortium to promote a larger clientele base and reinforce a connection between organizations. Phase 4 of our recommendation is rewarding memberships. Next, our group recognizes the fact that there is a need for recognition from the organization toward its members. The group suggests a rewards and recognition program be started to allow regular members to give presentations at regional and national conferences. For example, the National Severe Storms Laboratory and the Storm Prediction Center has an annual conference in which meteorologists from across the country attend, and many of the presenters are regular members of the meteorological community. The presenters are rewarded by allowing to present in front of their peers and are usually given some type of memento for presenting at the conference. Our suggestion is to allow regular members to present at the conference and award the best presenters with the opportunity to host their own webinar on the ACHE webpage. The group believes that this would create camaraderie between the organization and its members by offering them something for their hard work and loyalty to the organization. Finally, in today's tough economic times, people want something for their money. Many organizations now are offering incentives and discounts for the continued loyalty to the organization. For example, the Air Force Sergeants Association offers not only educational scholarships, grants, and partnerships, but they also offer a plethora of other benefits. These include insurance, discount prescriptions, vacation and travel discounts, online shopping discounts at such places such as Dell and FTD, and free ACT and SAT preparation software. In our opinion, to be competitive, ACHE must offer benefits such as these to boost memberships. The final phase of our phased approach is Phase 5, which is expansion. If the previous phases of this recommendation are successful, and ACHE increases its membership and diversity in those areas that already have a presence, then consideration should be given to expansion into new territories and institutions. The following suggestions can help to increase both the visibility and growth of the association. First, every effort should be made to contact universities where ACHE does not have any members. At least once a year, send a copy of the ACHE newsletter or even a recent copy of the Journal of Continuing Higher Education to a variety of schools. This could help spark interest and create opportunity for dialogue. Second, take the annual conference to new locations and get the association's message or its brand out to a wider audience. Advertise conference activities at schools in the vicinity of the conference. First-hand exposure to these events can build a lasting impression, so consider offering scholarships or discounted admission to potential new members. And finally, take advantage of the existing members' connections by asking them to reach out to acquaintances who live or work in areas not served by ACHE. As mentioned earlier, rewards can have a positive effect on membership, so offer incentives for recruiters. These incentives would range from recognition in the newsletter to discounted membership fees or a subscription to the journal. It may seem obvious, but sometimes the obvious needs to be stated. If each member recruited just one new person, that would immediately double the size of the association. In summary, while we recognize that ACHE needs to change to improve its situation, we recommend that the association take a phased approach, focusing their efforts on one step at a time to help ensure the success of each step. First, establish an overarching goal for ACHE to guide all future efforts. Second, embrace technology and take full advantage of it. Third, make a concerted effort to reach out to other cultures. Fourth, recognize and reward members for their abilities. And finally, expand ACHE's presence into new areas. All of these ideas will require time, energy, and/or money from the association and its members, but this effort should be considered an investment in ACHE's future. The return on this investment is the potential for increased enrollment and revenues that can ultimately lead to a stronger and more vital professional association. Our group would like to thank ACHE for the opportunity to work on this joint endeavor, and hopefully our recommendations will be useful in making ACHE a better organization.